Good news, boys and girls. OpenAI is going to be an incredibly successful company. And the reason that you know that is because Sam Altman is telling you that fact. So I think this is an interesting, news bite to take a look at today, an interesting story to take a look at today. Basically to show how the numbers that we're going to start seeing out of the AI world are going to get stupider and stupider as CEOs realize there's no way in hell that their valuations make sense. So there's a big problem right now in the artificial intelligence world, and that is simply company valuations, how much these private companies are worth, and basically those numbers just don't make a damn bit of sense. Now, when I talk about this, it's not that AI isn't valuable, or LLMs aren't valuable, or RAG isn't valuable, or vector databases aren't valuable, or having those services hosted by somebody else isn't valuable, or any of that. That's all valuable. It's just not worth that much. Like, something can be valuable and still not be worth $1 trillion, right? So OpenAI looks like they might be trying to IPO this year for a $1 trillion valuation. Now, that would be the most valuable IPO ever, but of course Elon Musk is in the mix, and so he wants his SpaceX again this year to IPO at Holy Christ, $1.75 trillion valuation. And the weird thing is, when you look at SpaceX, right, there's a difference between like cool factor and actual revenue factor with these businesses. Now, don't get me wrong, right? SpaceX is cool. They put rockets into space. They've got Starlink. They've got all that kind of stuff. But the revenue actually, shockingly, isn't that good. Right? Meta, Facebook makes like $200 billion a year off of ads. Here's the thing. SpaceX makes about $15 billion a year off of launching shit into space and their Starlink ISP service. And spoiler, their ISP service actually brings in more of the revenue. Putting stuff into space just isn't that valuable. Again, shocking. And so you have this company that, okay, they're an ISP, which, it's fine. Nothing against the ISPs. And they're a rocket ship company that surprisingly doesn't make nearly as much money as you think they would. And they're trying to get a $1.75 trillion valuation. How does that make sense? Well, because they also own XAI, and everybody knows the real value is in our artificial intelligence, right? So we have OpenAI trying to IPO. We have SpaceX trying to IPO. Anthropic is also probably going to be IPOing, and they're going to be like a meager like a $500 billion IPO. But anyways, the problem that you come to with all these companies is that the numbers just literally, for Christ's sakes, don't make sense, right? It just doesn't, the math doesn't math, right? And so one of the big things for these companies is they're going to start having to figure out how they can pretend that their maths. Like, it just doesn't. Anybody who's followed me for a long time, right? I've been doing videos since 2009. I've been doing daily blob videos, or I was doing blob videos in 2012, like the live kind of things. Anybody remembers when I was screaming about WeWork? Remember when I was screaming about WeWork? And everybody called me a moron. And again, it was just back in the day, it was like, just the math doesn't math on this. And again, that's why I say with this whole AI thing, it's not the technology, it's not the product per se or whatever else. It's that the math for these valuations just don't make any sense. And so the problem is that these CEOs can't say, oops. See, our CEOs in our society can't say, oops, we overpromised a little bit. Let's reassess. Right? No, that's not how it works. They've got to do more and more and more and more and more. You just got to double down on the stupidity. And so yeah, we're going to start to see a lot of stupid stuff come out of these companies. And so that's what we're seeing now with OpenAI and the ads. So they did just start putting ads on OpenAI. So the free ChatGPT service, and then there's like a ChatGPT Go. I guess I haven't used that particular service. I guess they have ads, and yeah, and hey, look, they're doing pretty good. Look, can I be nice for a second? The revenue for the ads is actually doing pretty good. You know, they've been out there for about 2 months now, and they're up to about $100 million of annual recurring revenue. Now, again, when you talk about $100 million of annual recurring revenue, that doesn't mean they brought in $100 million. That means on an annualized basis, over the past 2 months, they've made an amount of money that if you multiply that over a year, turns into $100 million ARR. So I mean, that's good. See, $100 million ARR is good. How could I possibly be snarky about that? Because good is just never good enough. They think this shit's gonna get to $100 billion by 2030. Because it's always got to get stupider. OpenAI projects $2.5 billion in ad revenue this year. $100 billion by 2030. ChatGPT maker OpenAI expects to generate $2.5 billion in ad revenue this year, with projections to reach $100 billion by 2030. Have you seen the projections? I remember that the first time I started getting into the startup world. I would go to these conferences, I would go to these pitch events, and oh my God, they would have charts. And like the chart would be like, this is where we are. And then what you can see is 2 years from now, we hockey stick. But again, that hockey stick was like always in the future. It was always 2 years from now. And see, what I didn't realize 13, 14 years ago is that you can just lie. I was like, where do those numbers go? Oh, my poor Aspie brain. I would look at the numbers and I look at the hockey sticks and I'm like, where do those numbers come from? See, it never crossed my mind that you can just lie. You can just pull shit out of your ass. Anyways, yeah, so $100 billion by 2030. The company has told investors to expect ad revenue to surge to $11 billion in 2027, $25 billion in 2028, and $53 billion by 2029, based on the assumption that OpenAI's products will reach 2.75 billion weekly users by 2030. So basically, by 2030, they think weekly users is going to be a third of the world's population. So I think the world's population is somewhere north of 8 billion people at this point in time. So you're talking about a third of the world's population. So take out the people that don't have internet access. Take out the actual kids. Like we're talking about kids. Kids aren't using this shit. Take out all the other people that aren't using this shit. And so basically, if you look at the modern world of adults, and you start talking about 2.75 billion people, that really comes out to like 70% of the actual total addressable market. Because again, like I say with this, you have to have good enough internet access for this to matter. You have to actually be in a position for this to matter. Again, there's a lot of people in the world that artificial intelligence is not anywhere on their priority list. You have to be old enough, you have to care, you have to have problems. Like you start winnowing down that 8 billion people, and you realize the actual market they're going for is a lot smaller. And so basically what they're saying here is more or less they think they're going to have the entire total addressable market. Here's the thing, if we have the total addressable market, we own the total addressable market, then we will be printing gold. And you're like, yeah, but what if you don't? And again, like I say, when you think about these kind of products, these AI products, there's so many options out there. Again, there's Gemini. I actually prefer Gemini. Honestly, again, I'm just using free shit right now, but I actually prefer Gemini for a lot of things. But you got Gemini. Again, I use Llama. You can actually use Llama directly on your system. Again, you got Anthropic. You got all these different competitors. So basically, what Sam Altman is trying to tell you is, if in 2030 none of his competitors exist anymore, they'll be making $100 billion off of ads. Oh, Lordy. Let's see here. OpenAI said in January it would start showing ads in ChatGPT to some U.S. users looking to boost overall revenue growth to help fund soaring costs of developing its AI technology. And again, we remember, we were sold the cure to cancer, and now we're getting ads. Again, the ads were to be tested with users on ChatGPT's free tier and lower price Go plan. Late last month, an OpenAI spokesperson said ChatGPT's ads pilot in the U.S. crossed $100 million in annualized revenue within 6 weeks of launch. So again, the numbers that we've actually seen is $100 million of annualized revenue. From $100 million of annualized revenue, somehow that's going to get us to $2.5 billion this year, $11 billion next year, $25 billion the year after, $53 billion after that, and $100 billion in 2030. Again, as I say, if you can just lie, if you can just pull numbers out of your ass, you can have whatever hockey stick you want. This stuff is just infuriating, all right? OpenAI is making efforts to grab market share in the ad industry dominated by Google and Facebook. For context, Google's ad business generated $294 billion in 2025, while Meta reported 2025 ad revenue at $196 billion. So again, and this is the other thing you have to be thinking about with this whole ad revenue thing, is whether you like Facebook or not, right? They just have a tremendous number of users. They have a tremendous amount of stickiness for the people that use it. There's a reason for people to use it. There's a reason for ads to work. Again, so with Meta, right, not only is it Facebook, but they've got Facebook, they've got Instagram. I don't think WhatsApp has ads yet. But anyways, they are just an advertising fucking juggernaut by any stretch of the imagination. And they're making $196 billion. Like, does that make sense to you from an AI product? Because think about it, like when you go and you use a social media site, you're consuming that social media site. You don't go there for a question or three questions. You go there and you doom scroll, right? Good or bad, that's what you do. You doom scroll. Like, I don't know, like how many people AI doom scroll? Again, not for me. I go to AI to figure out where the fuck I'm supposed to put a comma and some kind of, JavaScript bullshit or whatever. I can't imagine doom scrolling AI. Right? So again, so they're saying they're going to get half the ad revenue that Meta gets by 2030. And I just don't see that particular path forward. Unless they're going to come out with AI doom scrolling. And this is one of the things I do talk about, again, with technology, where things go so much worse than we ever thought they would. Like when I started using Facebook, I used Facebook to share pictures of corgi butt. There is nothing in the world cuter than a fucking corgi butt. Oh my golly, I had all these friends all around the world and we shared pictures of corgi butt. It was amazing. Like we just couldn't grasp what social media turned into. Like if you went back to 2009 and you said, hey, where do you think social media is going to be in 2026? Like this shit wouldn't have crossed our mind. So again, that is the other thing to be thinking about with OpenAI. Again, especially now that we know that they're willing to be evil. They are willing to be evil so that they can gain enough market share that they're less evil than the more evil people. The only way this makes sense with $100 billion in ad revenue for OpenAI by any stretch of the imagination, again, with the number of users and the whole nine yards, is if they make it addictive and sticky. If they can turn OpenAI from a platform where I go and I ask questions about commas in JavaScript, and they can turn that into something that I doom scroll, that is the only way we get to $100 billion in ad revenue. Which means, what do you think is going to happen to OpenAI over the next couple of years? OpenAI friends. Why have a friend in the real world? Why have a spouse in the real world? Hey, you know young men, young strapping alpha dog men, you know what's bad? When your girlfriend disagrees with you. When you say, I want pizza tonight, and she says, I'd prefer a hamburger, that is the worst thing that can happen to a modern man. So why don't you have an OpenAI girlfriend who will always agree with every opinion that you have? I have a feeling that is the route we are going down. So anyways, what do you think about this? What do you think about OpenAI? Again, $100 million annual recurring revenue now, which again isn't even what it sounds like, thinking that they're going to get to $100 billion, which is half of what Meta makes, and they're an actual advertising company. Like how bad do you think the AI crap show is going to get? I don't know. Put your thoughts down below. See y'all later.